Hello everyone, my name is Hannah. Welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be the anti-TBR tag. So I was not tagged to do this video, but I find this tag to be very interesting and I want to answer these questions. So that's what I'm going to do. There are 8 questions here and they're basically all about books that I don't want to read. So the first question here is a popular book that everyone loves that you will never read. Now, a lot of these say like you'll never read or you'll never pick up from this author again, but never say never. You know, I'm not completely writing these off, but as of right now, I have zero interest in reading these books or these authors. So this first question, popular book that everyone loves that I don't have any interest in reading, please don't unsubscribe. It's Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. Honestly, I have no interest in reading any Brandon Sanderson books. I could be convinced by some of my friends, but as of right now, every single time that I think about reading Mistborn, I get annoyed. So I honestly just have no interest at all in picking up this series. I know that it's very hyped and very well loved, but I have no interest in picking this book up. Question number 2 is a classic book or author that you don't have an interest in. The one that I came up with is like Moby Dick from Charles Dickens. Honestly, I'm not a big classics reader, so I would probably pick up more from Jane Austen. I would probably read some of the Bronte sisters, but I'm not a big classics fan. So yeah, I think Moby Dick, I would never read that. The third question is an author whose book you have no interest in reading. So again, like I said, Brandon Sanderson, I don't have any interest in reading any of his books, but also I don't have any interest in reading Junji Ito at all. He writes mostly horror manga and I just don't have any interest in reading that. I don't think that I would like that at all. And I know that his work is very popular, but I just have no interest at all in picking up any horror manga. Question 4 is an author you've read a couple books from and have decided their books are not for you. And this is a little bit cheating because I have 2 authors here, but I've only read 1 book from them. And I just really did not like it to the point that I just don't think I would ever pick up anything else by them. I don't know if that's bad because like I didn't give them a second chance, but I can just like tell that I'm not going to like their other books. So the first one is Tarryn Fisher. The book that I read by Tarryn Fisher was The Wives, and I just really did not enjoy that. Actually, I didn't mind it up until the ending, and I feel like that's a theme that I have heard with Tarryn Fisher's books, is that they're not like bad to read until you get to the ending, and the ending is just like not good. I just remember finishing The Wives and just wanting to chuck that book in the garbage because I was so mad about it. So I don't know that this is like a firm no, because like I might pick up something else from Tarryn Fisher. Like I've heard Bad Mommy by Tarryn Fisher is really good. I know Gabby really loved that one, but like Tarryn Fisher's new releases, just every single time they release a book, everybody that I know that I have similar reading tastes to just said that it's like awful and they wish they hadn't read it. So yeah, I just don't plan on picking up any of their books. But also, Sally Rooney. I know I'm probably breaking some people's hearts by saying that, but I read Normal People and I really did not enjoy that. I did like Sally Rooney's writing style, but I just don't think that that type of book is something that I enjoy. Normal People was just an very depressing book. Like there was no happiness throughout it. And that book was just the miscommunication trope repeated over and over again. And I don't like the miscommunication trope. But yeah, I don't really have any interest in picking up Conversations with Friends or Beautiful World, Where Are You? I just do not think that her books are for me. So that's it. I probably will never pick up anything that Sally Rooney writes. Question 5 is a genre that you have no interest in. And for that, I'm going to say comedy thrillers. So I think technically that is what Finlay Donovan is Killing It is classified as, and I just really did not like that book. It was too much of the comedy for me. Like I thought it was so unrealistic and the comedy was just not for me. I also feel like cozy mysteries are not for me. Like I'll read a mystery, but I don't know that I like the cozy mystery aspect because they don't go deep enough for what I like. Like, they don't go to the darker side just a little bit, and I feel like that's what I enjoy. So I'm gonna say those two genres I'm just like not interested in. Question 6 is a book you bought but will never read, and most of the books that I buy I plan on reading. Like, I have either read or plan on reading them, but this one I really don't have any intention to ever read this, and that is the Blue Fairy book by Andrew Lang. This I got from Barnes & Noble. It's got like gilded pages. It's really pretty, the whole thing. Like, it's just displayed on my shelves. It's got a ribbon bookmark, pretty end pages, but it does have like fairy tales and stories and stuff in here. But I might read like 1 or 2 stories out of here, but as far as like reading the whole book, I just don't see that happening. I am very content to leave this very beautiful book at the top of my shelves as a decoration. Question 7 is a series you have no interest in reading or a series that you DNF'd, and I have 2 series that I DNF'd and I do not plan on finishing them. The first one is Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I picked up the books when I started watching the show and I like fell in love with the show, and I read the first 2 books. I think I gave them both 5 stars, and I got halfway through the 3rd book and I was like, what am I doing? This is not for me. Like, I am not enjoying myself, and I just couldn't get into that one and just have no intention of finishing that series. The books are so long. To me, the writing is pretty dense. Like, I would need the audiobooks to listen to for those, and they're so freaking long that I'm like, I don't know. I just don't think it's for me. And who knows when he's ever going to finish that series. So I'm just gonna say that one. And then the next one, this is I'm gonna say that I have no interest in finishing this or that I did DNF it, but there is always the chance that I will pick these books up again, and that is the Cassandra Clare books. So I've read all of the Mortal Instruments, all of the Infernal Devices, and the first 2 books in the Dark Artifices series. So I haven't read Queen of Air and Darkness, and then I haven't read anything from the Last Hours series. And I gave Lord of Shadows 2 stars. I DNF'd it originally, and then I tried to finish it, and then I just really didn't enjoy it. And I just feel like her books are too long, and they're just boring at times. I don't know. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with Cassandra Clare's books because I really loved Lady Midnight. I gave that one 5 stars, and then Lord of Shadows was 2 stars. And so I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm just like, it's just not for me. So I have not picked up a Cassandra Clare book since, but I always get sucked into the hype when a new book gets released, or like when the cover gets released for the new books. So I can see myself getting sucked into the hype and then trying to pick up where I left off. So who knows with this one. I did DNF the series, but there is always the chance that I will come crawling back. And then finally, the 8th question is a new release that you have no interest in reading. So I have a couple for this. I don't know if this technically counts as a new release because it came out late last year, but that is You've Reached Sam by Dustin Tao. I know that this is getting a lot of hype. It's supposed to be very, very sad. It's about this girl who her boyfriend dies, and then she like calls his phone to like hear his voicemail so she can hear his voice, but he ends up picking up. So it's got like a magical realism aspect to it. But yeah, I just have zero interest in reading this. This just sounds like it would rip my heart out and shatter it on the floor, and I don't want that. I also have no interest in reading Bravely by Maggie Stiefvater. I have read a lot by Maggie Stiefvater. I've read The Raven Cycle. I've read the Wolves of Mercy Falls series or whatever, the Shiver books. I read All the Crooked Saints. I feel like I've picked up something else by her, maybe. I don't know. But this one I just have no interest in. I really did love Brave, like the Disney movie, but I have no interest in picking this one up. And this one came out this year. I'm not exactly sure when, like April maybe? I don't know, but it's newer. And then the last one on this list is Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman. This is another one that came out recently. I think this one came out in May. I think it's a contemporary romance, and I see a lot of people picking it up, but I just have no interest in reading this. Like, somebody that I know and trust would have to rave about this book in order for me to want to pick it up. But as of right now, looking at this book, I feel nothing. I have no desire to pick it up whatsoever. So there you have it. That is my anti-TBR. hopefully I didn't lose any of you because of this. I know that there are going to be some heartbroken people from my not wanting to read Brandon Sanderson comment and not wanting to read Sally Rooney comment. What can you do? But yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, leave the red X emoji down in the comments to let me know that you made it to the end. And don't forget to click like and subscribe down below to help support my channel. I will leave all of my socials and stuff linked down below if you want to follow me on any of those. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!